respect us. And if they're not going to respect us, it's never going to work.
So one element would be have the people in the Islamic world respect the West more.
I don't think you can do anything, and I don't think you're going to be successful unless they respect you. And they have no respect for our president, and they have no respect for our country right now.
You were asked about whether you would rule out using tactical nuclear weapons against ISIS. Will you rule that out, or is that something you contemplate?
I think I'd probably be very, very late compared to my opponents that are running.
So you would rule in the possibility of using nuclear weapons against ISIS?
Well, I'm never going to rule anything out.
Right.
And I wouldn't want to say, even if I felt it wasn't going, I wouldn't want to tell you that.
Right.
Because at a minimum, I want them to think maybe we would use it, okay? Right. It's the worst thing when we do these interviews with everybody, not me,
yeah.
And you ask a question like that, and everybody comes clean and they're so honest. You know, we need unpredictability. The enemy, we have enemies. ISIS is an enemy, and it's an enemy not wearing uniforms, so we don't even know who the enemy is. The fact is, we need unpredictability, and when you ask a question like that, it's a very sad thing to have to answer it, because the enemy is watching, and I have a very good chance of winning, and I frankly don't want the enemy to know how I'm thinking.
Understood.
But with that being said, I don't rule out anything. I would say definitely nuclear weapons are a last resort.
I want you to speak now to the people in the St. Louis district who go, I'll give you perma zero. It's been my income for 10 years. Where do we get the growth?
The central bank cannot drive the growth process. Here's what monetary policy is. There's a business cycle, and if you run a good monetary policy, there's still a business cycle, but it's not quite as big as the previous business cycle. So that's what monetary policy is. The growth rate is driven by long-run factors in technology and human capital, and what the U.S. needs is a better medium-term growth strategy, and you need everyone to get on board with that growth strategy. That's what you need. The central bank cannot do that.
Can the next president do that, or does that come from Congress?
Or does it come from that?
Our low rates, close to the zero bound, and QE, etc. All of your extraordinary policies, much of